What's going on, guys? In this video, I'm going to be breaking down how to post photos that women cannot resist. If you're tired of the only compliments that you're getting on your photos are from men, friends, family, or just the woman that you're not really attracted to, and you want to start attracting those higher caliber women, those sevens, eights, nines, maybe even tens, you want those women swiping up on your photos and messaging you first on dating apps, sliding into your inbox, leaving comments on your Instagram photos, then this video is for you. These are just some of the examples of many of women messaging me first on my dating apps, on my Instagram, simply because I've learned how to actually cater to the female gaze. Now, the main reason why I'm making this video is because I had a reel that I posted on my Instagram where I was breaking down photos that appeal to men versus photos that appeal to women. And this video went completely viral. Like, I posted it twice and it's almost at 2 million views. If you want to check it out, it's on my Instagram at Elite Maxim. But a lot of guys were in the comments and they were confused. They wanted more details about how to actually take photos that appeal to women. Because we've all been there. We've all taken those pictures that seems like every single time you post a photo, you only get compliments from your friends, your boys, and just other men, right? You never really get the type of woman that you want. That's exactly what this video is for. By the end of this video, you're going to learn exactly why your photos haven't been attracting the volume and the quality of the woman that you want despite your accomplishments. So for all my guys who are doing well financially, maybe you've built a business, maybe you work a good career, right? You have the funds, you have the nice watch, you have the nice car, but you don't know how to actually portray it properly and leverage that online to get the type of woman that you want. For all my guys who are in great shape, for all my guys who have been working on their looks over the years, but you're still not attracting those quality of women that you want, this video is for you. You're gonna know exactly how to position yourself and leverage your accomplishments in your online presentation. Also, we're gonna break down the differences between what appeals to men and what appeals to women, right? So you don't have to worry about a bunch of guys in your inbox. You're gonna have the woman that you want reaching out to you. You're also going to know exactly how to present yourself both in person and online in a way that commands respect while still attracting the quality and volume of woman you desire. Because let's be real, every man wants respect and every man wants that high quality woman, right? If you're watching this, that's probably what you want. You don't want to just appeal to women and not be respected by men. That's why I'm going to show you exactly how to portray yourself, how to leverage your looks, to leverage your lifestyle in a way that commands respect and gets attraction from women. So, first things first, we have to break down something called the male versus the female gaze. The male gaze is simply what appeals to men. The female gaze is what appeals to women. Just some differences between the two. With the male gaze, it gains a lot of respect and admiration from men. For example, when you're a big bodybuilder, you post that double biceps photo on your story, that's gonna get you a lot of comments from the boys. Hey, looking big, bro. Or like you're walking down the beach, if you're like a swole guy, you're probably gonna get a lot of compliments from men because those big bodybuilder physiques, that gets you respect and admiration from men. Versus when you cater to the female gaze, you're gaining attraction from women. And it's a difference. With the male gaze, when you cater to the male gaze, it comes off as try hard to women. When you post that photo of you with two double biceps, right? Women see that as try hard. Maybe you have a great physique. Maybe you're in great shape. Maybe you even look good. When you post a photo like that, and I've done it myself, right? I've done it before. I made the mistakes. That's why I can come on here and make this video for you guys. This just comes off as try hard to women versus catering to the female gaze. It comes off more of like an effortless flex. You're still in great shape, but it's an effortless flex. You're not trying too hard. Now, when you cater to the male gaze, women see this as a compensation for something. And this is a very important point because I'm going to circle back on that as well. Women see it as compensation for something. You're showing off your watch too much, you're showing off your money, your car, maybe you're showing off your physique too much, or like you're taking selfies all day. Maybe you objectively look attractive, right? You objectively have a nice physique, you have a lot of money, but when you show it off in the male gaze way, women see it as compensation. They're thinking in their head, hey, this guy, he's probably lacking in other areas of his life. That's why he has to compensate with this sort of thing. Versus with the female gaze, when you only cater to the female gaze, a lot of men might think that you're gay. They might think that you're gay. As far as optimization for the male gaze, it's really only going to get you very little attraction from women. Only really niche groups of women are going to like you when you cater to the male gaze, right? For example, someone who's like a big jacked bodybuilder, he still may be able to attract some women, but it's going to be a very niche select group of women. Then as far as catering to the female gaze, you're going to get a lot of attraction from some women, but it also risks as coming off as too soft for some. In this video, I'm going to show you how to have that sweet spot because you don't want to cater completely to the male gaze and you don't want to completely cater to the female gaze. You want to be somewhere in the middle. That's where you can attract the majority of women, right? That's when you're basically get to pick and choose which woman you want, women of your caliber. That's how you're able to attract women and gain respect from men at the same time. But something that you got to understand is that catering to the male gaze specifically, you show off a lot of your possessions. Oh, look what I have, look what I've achieved, and that's why it gets you respect from men. But women, once again, they see it as try hard. Versus female gaze, what you got to keep in mind is you're invoking a feeling. When she looks at your photos, she wants to be thinking, how does this make me feel? How would my life change if I was in his presence? You want to invoke a feeling and emotion with the woman in your photos. She wants to know, how's her life going to be like if she joins your world? Are you just going to be showing off your possessions, or are you going to show her a different life? That's what you got to be targeting with the female gaze. Male gaze shows competence. It shows that, yeah, I've done the work, I've achieved a nice physique, I've done the work, I've achieved having a nice business, a good business, right? I have a nice car. All of these things, it shows competence. Female gaze shows charm. But catering to the male gaze and catering to the female gaze is actually both performative, which is why I don't recommend you guys to cater to any of them. Once again, you have to be in that sweet spot. And that sweet spot is what I call the masculine playboy. Because when you cater all the way to the male gaze, all the way on the left, that's just hyper masculine. You're doing this because you're trying to compensate for something. It really is true. You are compensating for something. You're trying too hard to gain respect from other men. And women see right through that, and sometimes even men see through it. Versus when you only try to you change everything about yourself, you completely change your identity for solely for the goal of attracting women. I don't recommend that either. That puts you in the soft boy category. That's a little too feminine. If you want to just be exactly who you are, but also attract women at the same time, show off your possessions, show off your competence, but still invoke that feeling of charm to the woman, then you need to be in the sweet spot, and that's the masculine playboy category. It's going to be where you're attracting the majority of women. It's where you're in great shape, you're physically capable, you're still in shape. You have to be in shape, but you're not overly built and you don't look like a bodybuilder, okay? Your clothing is not performative. You don't dress a certain way solely because women like it and you completely hate your outfit. The purpose of this, guys, is not to completely change who you are as a man because that's weak. That's weak. But you still have to be a little bit more aware of why you're dressing the way that you're doing, why you're taking the photos the way that you're taking them, and why you're really showing off the things that you're showing off in a certain way. So your clothing needs to complement the physique. Your photos, your presentation, they need to put an emphasis on lifestyle. And in this next part of this video, I'm going to break down all the photos that you need to be avoiding and all the photos that you should be taking to do this perfectly, right? And this is going to be the most authentic place. Most men, they're not hyper masculine, and they're not soft boys either. They only cater to either male gaze or female gaze. Well, once again, either for respect or for attraction. But if you want both, you just have to be most authentic self, which is this guy right here in the middle. I'll show you guys exactly how to do that because we're gonna break down the photos that you need to take to show off your physique, show off your wealth, and to show off your style. So let's get right into it. As far as physique goes, here's an example, right? When you're taking photos to show off your physique, this right here on the left is going to be male gaze. There's so many things going on. Take a note, first of all, of their physiques. These guys are huge bodybuilders. They're probably on steroids, right? And it's like, unless you are truly competing, right? Unless your dream is to be a big bodybuilder, you're trying to compete. There is no reason why you should be taking steroids. There is no reason why you should be injecting anything into your body and just working for a physique like this, right? No reason whatsoever. And the only reason you would do this, unless you're trying to compete, is just for the respect and admiration of other men. That's what you need to understand. That's why you're doing this. That's why you're posing like this. Take a look at the way that they're posing, the double bicep, the overly flexed. This guy, he's on the beach. This would have been a great photo. Take a look at this one, right? This photo, these three photos, actually these four photos, all on the beach versus this one. This is male gaze. His physique, overly built, right? He's flexing really hard. This just seems try hard to women, guys. And this is only going to get you compliments from a bunch of men. Now, if you cater strictly to the female gaze, this is what your physique would look like. And this, I don't recommend this whatsoever either, right? This is just too skinny. You look weak, right? Look at the way that this guy is posing, right? He's got like his legs crossed, like he's holding his body. He's like in a vulnerable state, right? They're still fit, but they don't look physically capable either. And don't get me wrong, there's going to be women who like this physique, right? There's going to be women who like this physique, and there's going to be women who like this physique. The difference is it's going to be very niche groups. And so where you really want to be as far as how your physique looks and how you show it off in your photos is this right here, the masculine playboy. This is a photo of me at the beach, right? I'm around 165 pounds at 5'7.5", right? I say my BMI is probably around 25 and a half, and I'm around 12% body fat. That's where you want to be, right? All four of us, we all have very similar physiques. Not overly built like this, not super skinny like this. And take a look at the way it's displayed. It's super effortless. It's like we're on the beach where it's appropriate to have your shirt off. So many things going on. The environment, the accessories, the way that we're not flexing, right? This guy is just taking an effortless look. Like, oh, he's coming out of the lake or wherever he is. You can just see his physique. This is making the physique the trophy. This is just bad. But this puts everything together. You understand? It's not putting like idolizing the physique in a way. It's more so like, yeah, I'm a guy who's in shape and I like to have a fun time too. If you can have these types of photos on your dating apps, you're gonna get hundreds of matches every single month, if not every single week. Moving on to wealth. How do you show off your wealth? Now, and here I only put two categories because there's no really way to show off your wealth in a way that's too soft. There's male gaze versus female gaze, and in this case, you want to really approach it with the female gaze. Starting off with the left, male gaze. All four of these photos cater to men. All four of these photos really, they put an idol on the wealth, right? Oh, look at my watch. Look at my car. Look what I've achieved. Look at my jewelry. Yeah, guys are gonna look at this, they're gonna get motivated. Women are gonna look at this and gonna be like, okay, I like that he has money. It's not that money doesn't attract women. Yeah, sure, women like money. We know this, right? Women like financial stability, but more so, women like what your money can actually do for them. They're a little selfish. They want to know that you're not just gonna spend your money on, cars, clothes, watches, but you're actually gonna show her a lifestyle that shows your wealth as well. And that's how you do it right here. These guys driving in nice cars. But take a look at the ways the photos are taken. You can tell it's a nice car, but the car isn't the focus of the picture, right? It's very off guard. It's very candid. It's effortless. Okay. You can tell, like, oh, this guy's traveling. This guy is well dressed. Okay. And he's in a nice car. Okay. Versus a photo like this, it's like not even like looking down, right? Overly jacked, once again, tatted up, Cuban chains on his neck. This is what a guy would put on his vision board. This is what a woman would put on her vision board for her husband. Now, this photo is actually not as bad as this one, but the problem with this photo is his body language, right? If his body language was a little bit more relaxed, a little more effortless, this would have been a better photo, right? Also, the car is once again kind of taking up the spotlight of the photo. If the car was a little less out of frame and he was just leaning back against the back of it, right? Hands on the car, maybe looking away, showing a little bit more of the environment, this would have been a better photo to take. This one, oh yeah, look at my watch. Don't get me wrong, women are still gonna like this, but they're not gonna like it as much as something like this. They're not gonna like it as much as something like this. Take a look at this photo. He's still showing off his watch. These guys still have nice watches, but it's not the focus of the photo. That's the difference. That's the difference. This guy, he's showing off, oh, look where I am. Look at what my wealth can do for you. Yeah, you join my world, you go out with me. This is the life that I'm living. You could be a part of this, right? This doesn't tell her about your life whatsoever. This doesn't tell her about your life. This does, okay? This does, right? He's got the jewelry on, right? Traveling isn't cheap, guys. Traveling isn't cheap. She knows you got money if you travel. Trust me. Trust me. You're at a nice dinner. You got what is this, Dubai? This nice view in the back. This is going to show her a lot more of your wealth and the fact that you're not trying to hide behind your wealth. And if you are taking photos like this, if you're overly showcasing your wealth and your resources, chances are you've been hiding behind it. That's the reason why you may be successful financially. You may have a great physique. You may spend hours and hours in the gym, but you still can't approach women. You still can't attract the woman that you want. It's because you've been hiding behind your wealth this entire time. And I see this with a lot of guys who reach out to me for help. By the way, if you guys have any questions whatsoever so far about catering to the female gaze, how to take the right photos, how to showcase the things that you've accomplished in the right way to attract women. Anything about that, anything that I spoke about in this video so far, just shoot your questions to my Instagram at Elite Maxim. The link is also going to be in the description. I answer all of my DMs. Now let's move on to style. When you dress up, guys, and you dress like this, okay, you are trying to get compliments from men. Okay. When you're Gucci down, when you take photos like this, you are trying to get the validation of men, and that is the problem of it. This is the type of outfit where you walk down the street, some boys are gonna be like, yo, bro, cool fit. Yo, that's a fire fit, bro. Fire emoji on your photos. Woman, sure, some girls like this type of look, but majority don't, right? If you really want those 8s, 9s, and 10s, those more like classy type of women, they're not gonna go for this. And especially not this, guys. This just screams try hard. We get it, you have money, right? We get it, you have money. This, I don't even know what this is. Guys, just avoid this look altogether. You want to be a refined gentleman, a masculine playboy, right? Also, look at the way that the environments that these photos are taken. Once again, the focus is on the fit and the focus is on the wealth of the fit, right? So, for example, like how expensive the fit is. Oh yeah, we get it, it's Gucci, but you look like you're in a dressing room or something. Like I don't even know where this photo was taken, right? In the middle of a mall or something. This one was just taken on the side of a street. Side of a street. Nothing about this photo screams high value. Nothing at all. Okay? This actually just looks tacky. And yeah, these guys may be rich, but this looks tacky. This looks cheap. This is what would be appealing way too much to the female gaze. Now, just to make it clear, this is not what the majority of women actually like. This is what the guys think that majority of women like. When guys think of female gaze, they think of outfits like this. Crop tops, matcha, performative male outfits. Like, there's no reason why you should be dressing like this as a man. This is too feminine, way too feminine. Okay? You're gonna be attracting actually a lot of other men, if you know what I'm saying, with these types of outfits, right? Don't get me wrong, some girls are gonna like this, sure, but I don't think that's the type of woman you want, right? And I don't think that's who you are, anyways. If you're a guy who's like masculine, like me personally, I would never dress like this in a million years. I don't care if it's gonna get me thousands of matches every single month. I'm not dressing like this, right? That's not who I am. And the purpose of this video isn't to make you fake who you are just to appeal to women. The purpose of this video is to showcase the best parts of yourself without trying to appeal to anybody. So that's where you want to be, the masculine playboy, the James Bond type of look. Take a look at how these photos are taken too. Look at the outfits, right? It's that old money, it's like a classy sort of style. That's how I can describe it. It's classy, but it has sex appeal, right? The buttons are unbuttoned. You can see the jewelry, right? It's got the watch. It's got the nice environment, the drink in hand. Once again, drink in hand, restaurant, okay? This one, travel, looking away, candid, tatted, showcasing the physique. Nothing about this looks feminine. This just looks like a refined gentleman, and that's where you want to be. Even if you're a guy who wants to dress masculine, you can dress very masculine and still appeal to the female gaze and still be that masculine playboy. Take a look at these two fits, right? These two fits, masculine outfits. You could be a hyper masculine guy on the inside, still dress like this versus dressing like this. You see the difference? Because the male gaze isn't about being masculine. It's actually about just trying to look masculine, trying to gain the validation of men. That's the difference. That's where a lot of guys get this wrong. You're trying to gain the validation of men when you appeal to the male gaze. Versus if you just do this, yeah, you can still be a masculine guy. Like, no guy is gonna come up to you when you're dressed like this and be like, yo, that's a nice outfit, bro. Unless he's like another one of masculine playboys, right? This nice fitted suit against a nice car, actually, in a nice environment. But women see this and they're gonna like it, right? This is gonna get you matches. This is gonna get you messages from women. And that's what you gotta understand. Everything comes together. You leverage yourself for the masculine playboy type of look. Everything comes together. The environment, the style, the physique, the wealth, the resources, the lifestyle. Everything is like a beautiful portrait. You're not faking who you are. You're just showcasing your best parts in a seamless, effortless look. If you guys have any questions about what I broke down in this video, if you want to know exactly how can I leverage my physique, how can I leverage my wealth, my nice car, my nice watch, my nice outfits, right? How can I leverage my environment when I go out to attract more women without seeming too try hard, without seeming too soft, right? While still staying true to my masculine identity as a man. But I just want to attract high quality women. If you have any questions about anything I brought up in this video, send them to my Instagram. Once again, I answer all of my DMs personally, right? This is going to be it. The link is going to be in the description. It's called Elite Maxim. Or if you're a guy who wants to really take this to the next level, you want to learn exactly how to take the photos, you want my personal help, guiding you every step of the way, leveraging your outfits, telling you how to take the photos, telling you what locations to go to, telling you how to escalate on the dates, and just like have a dating life of abundance with the woman you truly want and not just appeal to men, appeal to guys all the time. If you want my personal help with this and you're interested in one-on-one coaching, there's going to be a link in the description that you can click on to book a call with me. I'm just going to get to know your situation in more detail, break down exactly how my program works, and if it makes sense, then we'll get you started and we're going to get you that dating life of abundance. So for this video, guys, see you boys in the next one. Stay dangerous.